Hello there. I'm Obi-Wan Kenobi.
And I'm Bean Sky Swimmer.
And today we'll be talking Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi, Parts 1 and 2. But before we get started, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. First thing you should know if you haven't seen the show yet, skip the recap in the first episode. It's 4 minutes long and it's just retelling the prequels. Y'all know the story. You've poured over the films a million times to turn every movie line into its own meme. You're not gonna miss some grand revelation here. You're also not gonna catch any mean callbacks here. No hello there's, no General Kenobis. There's a moment where a lesser screenwriter would have been unable to resist putting in the line, "You're my only hope," and indeed, I was bracing for it, but it never comes. Alright, now it's spoiler time. As I predicted, the show was only going to spend the first episode on Tatooine, giving us a day in the life of Obi-Wan before something happens and he has to go on an adventure. What I really appreciate here is that they could have gone the lazy route of just having him sit around in his Jedi robes in the hut we saw in episode 4, but that's not it at all. He's living in a cave, his clothes are different, he's working at a meat packing plant, and he's even refusing to help other rogue Jedi. Oh yeah, you know that ship Luke's playing with in episode 4? Well, because this is Star Wars and everything needs its own origin story, apparently that was a secret gift from Obi-Wan. It couldn't just be a model that exists. No, Kenobi has to pay a Jawa for the parts to gift it to a boy who doesn't know he exists. I worried that the show would be a bunch of Obi-Wan palling around with young Luke, but as far as I can tell, the only Luke we're getting is that bit from the trailer. No, the real reveal here is that Leia is not only in the show, she's a major character in it. Now, this was a huge gamble on their part. They could easily mess this up, and there's still 4 episodes for them to potentially do that. But the girl they cast, Vivian Lyra Blair, is phenomenal. I really feel like they captured lightning in a bottle here. With how precocious and bossy they've written Leia, in the hands of an average child actor, it would bog down the entire project. But she delivers her lines with a wit and a wisdom beyond her years. I immediately believe this is Leia. Now, the trailers for the show made everyone believe that they were bringing in the Grand Inquisitor from Rebels, and complaining that his head was too wide. But considering he dies in the second episode here, and it takes place before Rebels, either he's gonna pull a Darth Maul and survive a lightsaber to the gut, or he's a different character who just happens to be the same species as the other Grand Inquisitor. The main villain here is another Inquisitor, Third Sister Reva. All the other Inquisitors hate her because she uses evil and effective tactics to smoke out Jedi. Like, no, seriously, she concocts a phenomenally successful plan and finds Obi-Wan, and the other Inquisitors keep getting in her way because she doesn't know what she's doing. This is easily the weakest writing of the show. I know Darkseid users are all backstabby, but they could at least be backstabby and smart about it. Reva's plan to bring Kenobi out of hiding is to hire Flea to kidnap Leia, knowing that Bail Organa will call on Kenobi to help. Then, once he easily defeats the Red Hot Chili Peppers and frees Leia, she puts out an APP to all bounty hunters on the Blade Runner planet, while she does force parkour to nowhere in particular. Finally, she tracks them down to a cargo port and reveals to Obi-Wan that Anakin is still alive before they escape on the ship. The final shot we're left with is Anakin in a Bacta tank. I'm excited to see where the show goes from here, but I'm going to temper that enthusiasm because I've been hurt before, and it's against the Jedi Code to maintain attachments. But if the show can maintain its atmosphere and keep hiring child actors who aren't annoying, I think it's going to be a hit. So how do you like it? Let me know your thoughts down below.
With Obi-Wan trying to reach out to Qui-Gon, I wonder how many episodes it'll be before Liam Neeson actually shows up.
Be sure to like, subscribe, ring the bell, and share the video with your friends. Subscribe to my Patreon to get shouted out in future videos. Check out my Bandcamp for banging tunes, including all the tracks you heard in this video. Follow me on Twitter @GayestFesh, and don't forget to check out my podcast, The Rest of Both Worlds, where I go through Star Trek The Next Generation with a friend who's never seen it. Thank you to all my patrons, with a special shout out to Piftle Cakes and Renee Vorbeck. Your support is greatly appreciated. See you all in the next video.